grief. There is no right way to handle grief. So today let's talk about how do you grieve through losing your loved one. First of all, there's no right way. And I know I just said that, but that's sort of the overarching thing. Everybody starts in a different place. There are the 7 stages of grief, sure, but that's an absolute lie because you don't experience those levels in a singular pattern. You experience them in cycles. You experience them as things happen in your life. So if you're feeling like someone that you love or you should be in a certain place, don't worry about it. There's no right way. Are you not hurting yourself? Are you not hurting somebody else? Then whatever you're doing is perfectly fine. The second thing, lean into it. Whatever emotion you have, don't suppress it. Don't think you have to be strong for other people. You don't. You just need to be you. You need to go through what you need to go through. You need to feel what you're feeling. And those around you just need to understand you're going through it right now. You're gonna have moments you're angry. You're gonna have moments that you're sad. You're gonna have moments that you're happy. And you know what? It's gonna change minute by minute. So it's okay. Lean into it. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to be brave for anybody. And here's the thing, people that have been through grief know you're lying if you say you're fine. So don't worry about it. Third thing, do things that simplify your storytelling, right? I'm a big believer in videos, hence this one. But people want to know. They care about you. They're going to ask how you're doing. The worst thing is to be having a good moment, not a good day, a good moment, and for someone who cares about you to innocently walk up, call you on the phone, send you a text message, and just go, so, how are you feeling? And then all of a sudden, that good moment you had, you now have to revert back to the sad storytelling. Listen, there are going to be times you're going to be sad. And sure, in those moments, it's fine. But there are plenty of other moments where you're going to be feeling just fine and then have to go back into that space again. And it sucks. Be vulnerable. Be okay with telling people how you actually feel openly. Change the conversation. It allows you to control the narrative and it moves the conversation to the next phase of how can I help? What can I do? I want you to know I'm feeling the same way. Thank you for sharing those opinions, your feelings. You don't have to go back and retell the story. Okay? Fourth thing, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Look, there's a lot of different ways to do that, okay? As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting others, there are plenty of things you can do to take care of yourself. Maybe physical activities. It may be reading. It may be writing. It may be posting YouTube videos. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. But in the end, you still have to matter. And I would also say, focus on the people in your story that matter the most to you and matter the most to the situation. You're not gonna make everybody happy. You're not gonna make everybody informed. You're not even gonna make everybody part of the process all the time. But that's okay. Decide who your core group is and make sure they're okay. Make sure that they're okay with whatever you're doing. And then the last, really just biggest part of the advice of grief that I can give you, don't assume everybody's grieving at the same point you are. Again, I have to stress, there's no right way to grieve. If you see family members, if you see loved ones doing something or reacting a way that you wouldn't do, that's okay. They're at a different spot. Remember, when it comes to grief, the same thing happens to everybody, but how you got there is different. Maybe you've been part of the journey a long time. Maybe you ignored it and you feel guilty about ignoring the current situation. Maybe it happened spontaneously and you were in a different spot with the person that the situation happened to. It's okay. Again, main thing, love each other. Don't let anybody hurt themselves or hurt other people. But if they're in a different spot of the grieving process than you are, don't judge, because who knows where you'll be in the next few minutes. So just remember, guys, like, grief is hard. Reliving that grief over and over is hard. That's why I really recommend doing videos, social media posts, something that gets out to everybody all at once so that you don't have to keep going back to that dark place. And provide updates. You know, you can provide an update, people can see it and they can move on. There's plenty of people, I'm one of them, it's very hard for me to reach out initially when I see somebody going through grief. But if you're willing to share some information, maybe I can find something to do to help out. Oh, one more bonus tip while we're here. Don't let people just say, let me know what I can do to help. Listen, if they're asking, give them something to do. Maybe it's deliver a meal, sure, or a gift card, sure. You know what? But if you feel like your house is dirty, hey, I need somebody to come clean my house. If you feel your vents need to be cleaned, or your blinds need to be cleaned, your garage needs to be cleaned out, landscaping needs to be done, use it, right? If they're offering to do something nice for you, put it to use. Because here's the thing, one thing that I really learned, people do want to help. They are willing to help you with whatever you need in your moment of need. You just have to have the strength to ask for it. And more importantly, you just need to have the strength to get through this. So, thank you guys for listening. I hope this helps anybody going through the grieving process. I hope it helps explain to somebody else maybe what their loved one is feeling. But that's it for today's walk. See ya.